Yeah, what's up, Cave Trader? It's straight. I had that ES trade turn to a loser, which kind of pissed me off when I came back to look at the charts. Obviously, the Nasdaq orb was the better trade to take. I had I had this trade that only moved about 10 points in my favor. I mean, less than that because I got in at 74. I mean, shit from orb high to low. I mean, from the high, this thing didn't even do anything. It was horrible. The Nasdaq orb was better than the ES orb today, so I was kind of pissed off about that. I took a loss. I was kind of pissed off about that. And then I must have did my math wrong on I must have did my math wrong on these because mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I saw the Nasdaq or I saw gold. Missed this move. Like I don't know what's going on today, man. I really don't know what the heck is going on. As much as we sit here during the Asia session, the one time where I'm not in front of my desk, this crap happens. We had a Trump tweet event or a Trump event. That's probably what I should say. We had a Trump event. Apparently, he fired one of the Fed cook. Apparently, he's fired and gold. He was fired effective immediately. Honestly, I mean, it would Lisa Cook. I wonder where this part of it came in. All right, so I asked my AI assistant why did Trump fire Lisa Cook. Uh, I wonder if this part of it is biased. So it says Donald Trump fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, citing allegations that she made false statements on mortgage documents for two properties, both of which were declared as primary residence in separate applications submitted weeks apart in 2021. Trump accused Cook of deceitful and potentially criminal conduct and gross negligence in financial transactions, which he called into question her trustworthiness and competence as a financial regulator. This firing is unprecedented in the history of the Fed and is part of Trump's wider battle against the Federal Reserve's independence as he seeks to influence interest rate policies. I wonder where the AI assistant got this part from. The accusations were brought forward by Bill Uté, I think his name is, director of the Federal Housing Financial Agency, who filed a criminal referral related to the mortgage claim. Cook has denied any wrongdoing and refused to resign despite Trump's demands. Okay. Well, does it matter? I mean, if she was fired, do we need a resignation from Cook? Do we need it? Honestly, I don't even know what Lisa Cook looks like. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's not like the market fired Powell or anything. It's not like Powell got fired, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, is she even what is it? A voting member? Okay, so she was a voting member. Okay, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I will say that there is definitely a trend that continues to happen. There is a trend that continues to happen. It just there was a whole bunch of lawlessness and unchecked power in 2020 or during the Biden administration. A lot of people are being accused, or political figures are being accused of a lot of fraud and misconduct. And now it's all being exposed during this administration, which, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the last administration, it was do as thou wilt during the last administration. So no one thought that Trump would become president again. Uh, they thought that Harris had it in the bag. You know, it's interesting that in both cases, Trump is probably the only president that ran both terms against female candidates that were projected to win, and they both lost. Hillary Clinton was probably the best first female president that we have available right now. Harris, honestly, I really don't even know how she got that far, because it's obvious that she was not competent to do the. I mean, she was vice president. She was incompetent in that job as well. So uh, it seems like she was incompetent in all of her political positions, apparently. But I will say that if she were to become competent, if she were to actually, which I mean is highly unlikely, but let's just say she hits her head and all of a sudden she becomes competent at her job, she could potentially win an election because she had a lot of hype behind her. There was a lot of hype behind hers. It's just that the only thing that was stopping her was that she was just completely incompetent. She wasn't fit for the position. But she has 4 years to get her shit straight. I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to run for reelection and or not reelection, but she tries to run for the 2028 elections. I would not be surprised. But we'll have to see. So yeah, I missed this whole thing. You know, honestly, I really don't know why I'm so good at taking off the winning trades and keeping on the losers sometimes. Uh I took the initial loss here earlier today on the Nasdaq. For whatever reason, the bears just found it hard to sell this retest into this range. Price continued into this range, and initially I had a limit sitting at 603 to go short, and it would have super freaking worked. But I wasn't confident because I mean they just ran through this area. And it looked like this could potentially be another area where, because I mean, it was just so bullish. It looked like it was just going to continue to grind higher throughout the session. So I just pulled the order and just accepted that I took that initial loss right here just for this follow up trade to work. But I just have this feeling like, man, if I kept that limit here, would this same action or would this be the same result? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would be, but of course, the mind doesn't think that way. The one thing about the ES though is that I don't understand is the ES didn't even break out into, I mean, it double topped here. It double topped here. But I was expecting the ES to kind of come back up into this range right here. Somewhere in there. Probably like 87, 90, trade back into this range. It just straight up missed this range. It didn't even tap the last week's close last week's close. So it was kind of disappointing to come back to the charts and see that not only did it miss my target, price didn't even, it barely broke out 10 points above the opening range. And then the bulls just gave it up. They were so aggressive this morning. They made it seem like they was actually going to come into this market and actually do something. But they didn't. Yeah, that was highly that was really annoying. And it looks like I should have took the trade on the Nasdaq again because it looks like for right now the ES missed this limit right here, and I was trying to front run this orb high a little bit, and it still missed it. But the Nasdaq actually traded into the area that I was looking at and got a decent 75 point push, 75, maybe 80 point push. Hold on, let me see this. 461 minus a 90 point push. Yeah, so a nice 90 point bounce. And I do think that the market is probably now going to continue to rotate back up. We'll probably see a reaction around 695, 715, but I'm also looking at an area of 735 to about 755. Somewhere in this area right here, probably 735 755, somewhere in there, potentially. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I probably can take off these. Yeah, I can probably take these off. Mm, okay. Which instrument were you trading, Investor Z? I don't know, man. Stuff like on times like this, I really don't like trading the ES. I just don't like the fact that it. I didn't like the fact that it did that. I didn't like it. Did not like it. I think it barely got only 10 points above that orb. I did not like that at all. Mm, I can see it drop. And then it rejected at the orb low of yesterday's orb. Oh my god. Ah, damn it. Damn, damn, damn. Damn. The ES rejected at yesterday's orb. I'm just now noticing that. I did not notice that until just now. I mean, this is really the benefit about trading the ES. Once you get a break of structure, it doesn't matter if it's this session, next session, whatever session, 10 million days from today, it's going to come back, retest that area, and then it's going to drop. It doubled. It tapped this area about 2 times here. Mm. Ooh. I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's like 8 points. Mm. Mm. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be looking to look to short the market's obviously in an uptrend. I'll be looking to buy it. Mm. Okay. All right. Well, looks like the ES missed me. I was looking at the higher time frame chart to see if I may have missed something. I guess the market chose to I guess it chose to bounce here at this orb. Hmm. I chose the wrong orb to trade apparently. Chose the wrong orb. I figured it would try to come back to the most recent orb, but well, technically it broke out of this orb. It broke out of this orb. It never pulled back to this one, and it never pulled back to this one. Mm. Yeah, when the market moves like this, it just, at least for me, I feel like I'm all over the place. Like I just missed a big move. I don't know how to take advantage of this because it's just one shot down. It does look like we could potentially see the market try to recover here, but who knows? Mm. Hey, what's up, Santiago? Honestly, with gold, I hate when I see these things all after the fact. But I was looking at the higher time frame, and gold literally just pulled back to the breaker structure. This is a break and pullback, or a break and retest back to the area where it broke structure at. So that was kind of annoying that I missed that. I mean, well, I don't take trades with gold at night anyway. I just hate the fact that it happened overnight. This could have been a good trade in the morning that I could have taken. But I hate when all the good trades happen overnight. This was an easy trade, a break and retest. If you guys don't see it, I'm gonna draw it out for you. I mean, this is the range right here. This is where price broke out at. It broke out and it just pulled back into this area right here. And we saw this big push up. So, I mean, this move was highly likely to happen anyway. It's not like, I mean, Trump facilitated this trade to happen sooner than it probably would have happened, but this trade was going to happen anyway. I mean, this is a clean textbook breaker structure. And at the same time, not only was it a break and retest, it bounced off of the 200 EMA right here. So you had all indications to go long. That's what the market chose to do. Like I said, I just hated the fact that it happened overnight. Oh my God, Alfred. Nah, we hold until target. We hold until target. Don't listen to Alfred. He's over there at the house of taking profits instead of waiting for his target like he's supposed to. Oh wow. Yeah. So that's the reason why gold bounced. It wasn't a mysterious bounce. It literally came back and tested that breaker structure there. So I just hate the fact that I missed it or I couldn't participate in it. But I got a limit set for the potential pullback here. I mean, we should see a bounce here. We should. I don't see why we can't and why we shouldn't. But if we don't, then that's also fine. Not a big deal. Mm, mm. Today's just been one of those days, man. Today's been one of those days. Okay. Mm. You posted it on Discord. Hmm. Hmm. The 15 seconds. So, Santiago, do you just go through all of the time frames and until you find the consolidation, the breakout of that consolidation, and then measure it? Hmm. So you start from the 15-minute and just go down to the 15-second? Hmm. Hmm. Well, I do have a short position sitting at 494. I don't know, man. I don't know. Uh, 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 mm. Mm. I mean, how much more do you have to go on that account? About 2K? I know you'll get it tomorrow, Santiago. Honestly, shit, I would call it a night. I mean, I understand the energy that you could be feeling. He was so close. He was up 1100 and it came back all the way to break even. I definitely understand the energy. But it definitely would be better if you wait until tomorrow. But I understand I understand it's easier to try to get it tonight. Or at least it feels that way. I don't think it's necessarily would be the truth though. Mm. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's definitely a winning strategy. I would definitely stick with it. Mm. You said that you're looking for 10 to 20 points on the NQ. Shit, you can get that in a blink of an eye. It almost feels like looking for 10 to 20 points on the NQ. If at least for me, it feels like I'm cheating myself. You said just look for 10 to 20 points and size up. Well, what are you looking? So, when it comes to stops, if you're looking for 10 to 20 points, how big is your stop? Hold on, did he kill that guy? I thought he just beat him up. He didn't kill him, right? He didn't kill him, right? He didn't kill him. Did he really? He killed him? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think he beat him up. I don't think he killed him. Okay, I was like, dude, no way. But we did y'all guys? No, he did not. Mm. Hmm. Well, I don't know. They're saying that Smith is awake and stable, and that you should beware of any Facebook scams or Facebook donation scams. They said that the kick event banned Jackson from the platform. Uh, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think the guy's gonna press charges though. I don't think he's gonna press charges. He had that shit coming. Because what he did could appear watching the altercation before this happened. I think any man would do the same thing. Any man would do the same thing. Because I don't know why someone would actually think that that's okay to do unless this whole thing is staged. Because as men, we don't do stuff like this. As a man, we understand that other men, or let me rephrase that. As men, we understand that there's always a potential of harm. And so when we come up into another man, fighting would always be the last resort because as men, we all have a lot to lose. We have people that we're responsible for and that depend on us, and that we know that putting ourselves in a dangerous situation where either party can get potentially injured, that's not something that men just do. And just watching the altercation beforehand, the guy, I mean, unless that was provoked somehow, men don't normally act or behave that way. But like, I wasn't there, obviously. I'm just going off of what usually happens between two men. There's usually a conversation first. It just doesn't start off physical. It rarely does that unless there's past blood or there is a previous situation that just led to the physical altercation between those two. But anyway, I mean, the whole world's a stage, though. The whole world's a stage. At this point, controversy. I mean, especially we're still talking. We're There's still speculation that the Will Smith and Chris Tucker situation wasn't staged. I mean, Will Smith could have just slapped the fuck out of him. I mean, that could have been just a natural reaction because for whatever reason, he's just, even though his wife doesn't respect him, he feels the need to still protect her, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, the world's a stage, man. At this point, I have a hard time believing any situation like this. I just have a hard time believing it. And then they're using words like nearly killing him. I mean, I think those are strong, very strong words. It was brutal. It was brutal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 He could have killed him. He's an MMA fighter. He could have really killed him. Yeah. Okay. I take that back. Yeah. His hands. I think if you're a professional fighter, your hands are considered weapons. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. So B Mays says that he knew it was wrestling and that was supposed to happen. It's called BS. Kid deserves to be in jail. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't see anything on NQ or ES either. I'm surprised they waited that long, and I guess everybody was probably in shock to see that even happen. uh, mm, that's interesting. It's unfortunate that that happened, but at the same time, uh, mm, uh, the law is very clear that what happened was assault because but honestly it really depends though. It really depends. Let me actually look at this. Let me actually look at this because a good lawyer will probably, I mean, this is probably going, I mean, honestly, I don't think the guy's going to press charges. I don't think he's going to press charges. The whole reason why they said that he can get his quote unquote lick back is because they felt bad. And the guy that got assaulted, he's probably going to look at this and say, you know what, I think I deserve this and I'm not going to press charges. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. But they had an agreement that he could get his lick back. Let me see something real quick because there are certain laws to where if there's an agreement, it's like an agreed up fighter. So let me look at this. Oop. It's called mutual combat. Mutual combat. That's what it's called. Both parties agreed that he can get his lick back. So, uh, depending on the lawyer and how that can be interpreted, that's going to probably be the gray area right there. I don't know where this happened. Let's actually look at this. Let's see where it happened at. Oh, this happened in Los Angeles. Ooh, okay. I don't know. I mean, shit, Los Angeles is a very lawless. Well, California is lawless in general. Well, uh, okay. Well, I guess there you go. I don't know if y'all guys can. I don't know if y'all guys can see that. So this is a lot to read. I'll try to summarize this as much as possible, but I guess that's not too much. Mm. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, was that incident where Stu accidentally hit Jackson with a prop can? Was that also scripted? Was that part scripted as well? Am I understanding that right? I haven't dug deep into this situation. When I saw the initial video, I assumed that that was a real interaction between those two gentlemen. If that part was scripted, the pre-script leading into the postscript, then I don't understand what was the point of him viciously attacking this guy. Now, if the first incident was not a real altercation and it was scripted, then I don't understand why he would do that. So the first incident wasn't scripted, but K Trader, I don't know, man. I understand that it can be called a joke, but just imagine. Well, let's just assume that this situation wasn't a scripted event. What is he accidentally hit you over the head with a can? Just imagine he does that in front of everybody else. Just imagine your girl there too. Girl, if you have kids, your kids there. You have a man in your face and he accidentally hits you over the head with a can and he stands over you like, what are you going to do? Now, if that wasn't scripted, I mean, I get it. And he's supposed to get his quote unquote payback in the ring. But if that wasn't, as a man, I really can't. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't have waited. In my opinion, I would have to fight him right then and there. I would have to, as a man, as win or lose. You have to. You would have to fight him. You would have to. You would have to. I mean, I just kind of want to see the clip. I don't. Maybe I can find the. Maybe I can find it somewhere. Because I mean, if I'm understanding this correctly, eh, yeah. Uh, uh, all right. So I think this is. Yeah, this is the situation right here. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. No way. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. He's touching him. He's in his face in front of everybody. This can definitely look like he's being held back by one of his guys. He grabs him by the neck. I'm surprised he didn't fight him right then and there, but I can also understand that he was surrounded by what could be perceived his friends, and that probably ate at him all day. As a man, his dude, I can understand why he did that. I can understand it. If this is not scripted, I can understand it. He's in his space. He smashes a can over his head around his buddies. Nah, I can understand the reaction. I'm not saying that it's right. Yeah, okay. I can understand it. I can understand it. I mean, even the men around them felt the tension. That was real tension. And he probably sat and thought about it. His internal voice probably called him a bitch. So you just let him bitch you out like that. So it's understandable what happened afterwards. That was a whole lot of anger and aggression that happened. But not saying that is right. It's just understandable. It is a bad idea. Hey, yo, what's up, Tony? It definitely was a bad idea. I mean, it's unfortunate, but uh, yeah, yeah. You just don't. I mean, as men, we should know by now that you don't touch another man, especially in front of other men. At the end of the day, outside of all this, what word I want to use? Outside of all this, damn, what's that word I'm looking for? Civilized. There you go. Civilized. We live in a civilized society, so people, or at least most people, act civilized. But we're animals at the end of the day. We're all animals. In a situation where a rival male is challenging you, we do default to our primal state. It's human nature. Honestly, I don't, I don't want to say this. So when men, or so when certain people will say that, just let it go and don't let it bother you. I can't understand why any man would say that. Because at the end of the day, if like I said, if your children, your woman, other males saw that happen and saw that you did nothing, you can sit there and talk to them, explain to them why you didn't attack that man, why you didn't defend yourself, why you didn't defend your honor. You can talk to your blue in the face, but your wife, woman, girl, children, the men around you, all will lose respect for you. Every single one. You'll start to see pushback from your girl. Because girls, I mean, shit, if anything, girls are more primal than men. And we're talking about they live with their basic instinct of security. They want to make sure that if they're going to have your children, that you have resources to be able to provide for the children that she's going to bear for you. And she wants to feel protected and safe when she's in your presence. Your woman doesn't want to ever think that at any point in time when she's with you, another male can attack you and you're going to be like, oh man, that's all right. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to defend you. Like I said, man, don't let social media fool you about women. There is no way that he could have walked away from that situation. And if he has a wife, girl at home that saw that and said, man, you didn't do shit. Nah, he would have got all kind of disrespect from his girl, all disrespect for from his children and the men around him. This is just primal. So like I said, it's understandable, but yeah, that's brutal, man. Okay. Yep, that's exactly right, cave trader. I mean, shit. A lot of men, for whatever reason, think that they can live their lives as women. And we're not talking about physically, like, hey, men sit here and dress up as women. We're not talking about that. We're talking about living in a woman's world where you're not expected to do certain things. There's a lot of men that learn life the hard way. That if you live in an emotional world versus living in an action oriented world where men live at, just understand that you might be an emotional support system for your girl, but she's going to probably go out and find that man that's going to dominate her. I've seen that situation plenty of times personally. Women especially I mean, they'll say like if you believe the stupid shit that they say online about the type of sensitive, in touch with their feeling man that they want, no. They're just saying that because they want their men to listen to the stupid shit that they say sometimes. But that's not what they want. That's what they believe that they want. But history has shown that that's not what they want. They want a man. They want someone that they can depend on. The only time that they want, I guess, what you would call a beta male is when they have children. From my personal experience and from what I've seen, usually when women have children, they don't really want to be with the father, as crazy as that sounds. If given a choice, they usually leave. I'm not saying all women. I'm not saying that that's everybody's situation, but they usually leave. And they usually replace that father with a man that's able to provide. and allow her to do what she wants. That usually what happens. But there are cases where, the woman stays, but for most of the point, most of the time that's usually what they do. That's when I guess the quote unquote emotional male that are good with kids and allows her to do what she wants, and she runs the show, and she can sit here and say happy wife, if I'm happy then you better be happy. Anyway, I guess that's not here nor there. But mm, just don't believe social media. uh, in a situation like that, if you got beat up like that and you didn't do anything, just know that you'll just get disrespected. Just know that the people that you care about will just start to look at you a different way, and you won't get the same response. Look at what happens in jail. Everybody says the same thing. Win or lose, if you let somebody punk you in front of everybody, then everybody's going to punk you. Everybody. If you get beat up, at least they'll say, man, he got beat up, but at least he stood up for himself. Giving in to other people's demands, giving in to other people's, when they start to assert their dominance over you, if you give into that, yeah, the whole house is going to try you. They're going to steal your shit. You're going to walk in, they're going to steal your shoes, your commissary. But anyway. Mm. But anyway, I guess going back to the charts, I mean, the market ain't really do anything. So it just seems like this is the seems like this is the norm now. It's like you only get price action, good price action, when everybody is asleep during London overnight. I will say that the market is becoming very tiresome. It's become very tiresome, man. It really is. This price action, it chops during the day, chops during the night. The only time it moves is when Trump tweets or Powell says something, or we get some data, and then the market finally releases, and then it just goes back into a consolidation phase, and we're playing that song and dance all over again. Mhm. If we can get that 2020 price action, that would be awesome. I guess all that fraud, waste, and abuse was actually helping the market, because as soon as all that quote unquote, as soon as Doge, actually, what happened to Doge? You don't hear about Doge anymore. You don't hear about Doge anymore. Huh, what happened with that? Because after all that quote unquote cleanup, and now it seems like no one got no money to put in the market. This business hours. He says Google debt clock. Debt clock. I mean, I know that we're probably in the trillions right now. Probably will. Debt clock. Probably in the trillions, 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 trillions. Mm, mm. 37 trillion, 278,831,000,000. Mm. Is this thing just running up? Is this thing just going up? I feel like it's just going up. So you're saying that over $100,000 is being spent every second? Because it seems like this thing, like every second, is going up $100,000, yo. K Trader says, go to the other page. You said you can see Doge there. Yeah, it doesn't go away, K Trader. It doesn't go away. Okay, Doge, the Doge clock. Is debt per citizen 108,000? The federal tax revenue, so it's up but 5 trillion. Revenue per citizen 15,000. Income tax revenue. Yeah, yeah, Tony, if you missed it, what happened, or at least the reason why we got that pushed down on gold was Lisa Cook got fired for what appears to be fraud. And this was during the Biden administration. So, I mean, honestly, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Honestly, I mean, at this point, being a politician just means that you just got somebody's hand up your ass. I mean, that's really all it is. But then at the same time, and just in case you missed it, Tony, I mean, gold basically just pulled back into the previous area of support where it broke structure to the upside above this high. All it did was basically come back and retest that area. And we got this big push breaking structure to the left. So this is a new breakout area. So we could potentially see price come back to 405, and the bulls probably come back in at 405 because that's where price broke back out. Uh, you got price breaking below 405, and then you got price breaking back above 405. So they probably might come back to 405 to buy it. I don't think that's even the intention. Yo, congratulations on that, man. And Cook got cooked. Congratulations on that. I don't think the intention is to pay off the debt. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're all playing a game. We're all playing a game at the end of the day. We're all part of a bigger game. Without this game, no one would have nothing to do and everything would be chaotic and chaos and we would go back to our caveman mentality. So this game is definitely necessary. This game has a spot for everybody. Everybody has a role in this game. Even the NPCs have a role. Says I see that Doge saved a half a trillion. Well, it would have been nice if we got them Doge checks because I know exactly what I would use mine for. It would be definitely to buy e-biles, baby. And obviously I'll put some of it away, but we're definitely gonna get some more evals for sure. I was promised a Doge check. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think that's probably gonna happen. I don't think so. I was gonna believe it when I saw it. Okay. Well. All right. Mm. Man, I still got to get some work done, man. I forgot that. I mean, after the stream, I got to actually finish writing my report. Actually, probably just 9 o'clock. I gotta actually write my report. I gotta finish it. So I can't even go to bed after this. Mm. Hmm. I can't believe then traded. Mm. I should have just took the freaking E up. The Nasdaq orb, man. Damn, it traded 98 points to the upside here. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Good thing I didn't. I definitely should have stuck with the Nasdaq orb instead of trading the ES orb today because the ES orb was disappointing. And we had another instance where over 100,000 contracts was added in the first 15 minutes of the market, and we saw a big move. So that seems to be the trend. I mean, it's happened so much. We should actually begin to look for that. So 9 o'clock. Initial break happened at around 9:02, really. The successful break of structure happened at 9:21. It broke high. Broke high. Initial reaction, break and retest. Okay. Friday's orb was it wasn't clean. Or, my bad, I was looking at the wrong thing. It's a clean break of structure to the upside. Results. So the initial breakout was 43 points, 43 points high, but the full move was 98 high. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Okay, but all right, guys, that's it for me tonight. The market was definitely slow tonight. Uh, I hate it when the market's like this. It's hard to get into good trades, or it's a challenge to get into a good trade. And when you get these slow, choppy days, and then it finally breaks down at the start of the session, I'm pretty sure a lot of people was short this all day, looking for maybe the low of day, maybe looking for a break of the orb low, and it happened to follow up session. So I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people angry about that. So, but hopefully the market gets better over time, and hopefully it's not as choppy, and this doesn't continue. So, all right, guys. With that said, that's it for me. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.